Hello and welcome to episode 15 of me learning stuff and coding with LLMs. And today we're going to continue on the critical thinking web app. So this is going to be part 3. And in the previous episode, we wrote this spec manually. Whoops. Let me pin this. We wrote this spec here of implemented features. Or actually, this was generated. I used the LLM to generate the implemented feature based on the code, which was awesome. And then I wrote this myself, the to-do list of the features I want to implement. And then I used this prompt here from Harper Reed to generate a prompt plan based on the to-do list. And here is the output from that, which I'm using to develop the app. So in the previous episode, we finished prompt 1 and 2. So we created some TypeScript types. We created a pretty generic data access layer. And we created a mock data access, a mock data provider here, where we have some test data that we can use. We have let me see here, some demo users, some demo questions and favorites and so on. All right. So before I get started, I just want to, as usual, run the app and have a look. So we remember what it looks like. Here we go. So this is the app, and it's now using the mock data source here. We fixed the bug with the filtering. The tag filtering is now working. Maybe. Is it working? Yeah, it's working because it has one of these. We don't have anyone in this category or in this tag. Yeah. All right, so let's head back to our prompt plan and read a little bit. So UI integration with mock data. We have actually done this, but we never ran this prompt. Update your existing components to use the new data provider through the context. Modify the question display components to fetch from the data provider. Add loading stages and error handling. Maybe we can do something with this. Ensure filtering capabilities still work. And test that all existing functionality still works with the mock provider. Okay, let's run a prompt and see what it comes up with. So I'm in Copilot edits. And I'm using 3.7 Sonnet, and I'll just paste in this, and we need some more context here. So let's do open editors. I thought there was a limitation of 10, but there was a new update of VS Code today, so I see some changes. So let's see if there is no 10 file limit anymore. Maybe. Seems not. That is awesome. So of course I've already implemented a lot of this, so I'm just a little bit curious to see what it actually will do. Should realize that a lot of it is implemented already. Woohoo! The changes I made are minimal since your component was already well structured and work with the data context. I've added the refetch function from use entities, which could be useful for refreshing the data if needed. Okay. The component already handles loading and error states correctly. Okay, and then it's checking the question card. Let's update the filter component. The filter component was actually working, so refetch. That's probably some. Is that some React thing I need to learn? Perhaps. So look at the question card. It has done a lot of changes. So we didn't actually use the question class, or the question type here. I didn't realize that. It's actually good that we ran this prompt. Yeah. What does it say? Okay. We'll have to try it. Question card. What is happening? Question card, question list. And then we have filter, yeah. So it's showing me a different view now, isn't it? It's not showing inline as it used to do in the previous version. Enable preview editors now. What does that do? Inline view. Okay, I think I prefer inline view. I feel it's easier to read. Okay. So in this filter, it has also made a lot of changes. Which is a little bit strange. It has removed my categories. So where are those now? Okay, so those are hard coded down here. We should put them, make a type for those and put it in the, make a type out of it probably at some point. Okay, quite a few changes to this. So why is it? Okay, because I'm using this diff view. So we have saved everything, and the filter component dynamically loads categories, groups, and tags. These changes should fully integrate the component with the new data provider while maintaining all the existing functionality. Okay, I thought it was doing this, but maybe not. It has rewritten a lot of code and added quite a bit of code, and seems to be lots of errors here. Let me see if it actually runs now at all. It does. But the UI is slightly different, isn't it? It is. I just want to see if I revert. So in this version, it looks like this. Which I'm pretty sure I like better. Just gonna use good old paint to paste in this and save and refresh. And then we have this. Which one do we like better? Maybe the new one is fine. Maybe the new one is slightly better. It focuses on the questions on the top and then it has the rest on the bottom. And also, I think the question cards have the same height, which is didn't in the other version, did it? No. Kind of like this UI, slightly better, but I think I will accept these new changes actually. I will just make sure that I have a screenshot of this old UI. So control print screen, is it? To take a screenshot of the window. Or actually maybe this is enough. Or maybe not. Save as PNG. It triples. One tip is that it's always fun to take screenshots at various stages of whatever you're building. It's really fun to see like the development over time. So web apps and then let me just call it screenshot. Question card V1. And then I will save this one. And then that V1. Okay. Great. So then go back here and keep. Save all, and we have our new version. And then we have lots of errors here. Lots of errors. Let me see if we can fix some of them. Okay. All about making types for all of these variables. Yeah. I think sure how much time I want to spend on fixing all of these things. Not sure what the best practice on like this is, but I'm not gonna waste too much time on that. Let me just fix this that I have started. So since this is a TypeScript component, it wants to have types on everything. So tag, just a simple string. Oops. So how to fix this? Maybe just cast it to string then. Okay. Fine. It didn't take too long to get rid of these errors. So let's fix the rest. Infer types using Copilot. That I've never tried before. Okay. This is might be a little bit overkill here, but that's okay. Okay, and then we have a couple of more in the question list component. And then filters.tags, that is possibly undefined. So we add this question mark here, indicating that it can be null or undefined. No errors here, and everything seems to work fine. Yeah. Great. Does a link work? Localhost Q1. Yeah, okay. It doesn't actually, we haven't implemented the direct link probably here. But it copies the link at least. Q2. That we will fix later. Great. So okay, we'll commit this. Save all first. Okay, let's go. That was prompt 3. Prompt 4 is Supabase project setup. Yes. I'm wondering if I should do this now or if I should do it later. because I don't have all the data ready yet. So I'm thinking if I should work on the backend question builder tool first. Because when you use the Supabase free, the database will be paused after 1 week of inactivity, I think it is. So kind of don't want to create it until I'm ready to use it. Perhaps maybe this is just a stupid excuse. Yeah, it is a stupid excuse. Let's do it. We can always set up like authentication and user profiles and blah blah blah. We really need that anyway. So let's just see what it will do now, because now I kind of need to go to Supabase to create the database and so on. Solution steps: create a project config file, define database schema for entities, create SQL scripts for table creation with appropriate relationships and constraints, set up environment variables, create a Supabase client initialization module. Okay, sounds good. So the environment example, here we will have a Supabase URL, an anonymous key, and service role key. Okay. Now we have a Supabase.typescript file, which reads the config and does nothing at the moment. And we have a client.ts, which uses Supabase.js and creates a client based on the config. Never expose this client to the browser. So, yeah. Right. I don't know what this is. Is it some kind of admin client or something? That we have to figure out. And then we have some schemas. With some policies. Okay. Yeah, here we have the categories. That's really nice. And seed data is our test data, but that will eventually come from our output from the Python tool we're going to create. We have a README, super nice. Okay, create a new Supabase, blah, blah, blah. And then we will run the schema file in the Supabase dashboard. And then create the env.local in the Supabase dashboard. Go to Project Settings API. Okay. This project uses Supabase Auth for authentication. You can enable different authentication providers in the Supabase dashboard. Okay. Database relationships. Users have one profile. Sounds good. Questions belong to a category. Many to one. Sounds good. Questions have many tags. Many to many. Sounds good. And users can favorite many questions. Many to many. Yep. Great. And then finally, package.json added supabase.js. So yes. So this is step 1, and if I go to my prompt plan here, the next step should be data migration and inserting, yeah. And then Supabase data provider, connecting the app to the database. Great. So I think I will finish the Supabase config in this video, and in the next video I will probably work on the Python tool to generate the initial batch of questions that I want to use. And then we can continue to connect the app to Supabase, I think. Okay, so I will accept these changes, which is in lib.supabase mostly, and in lib.config. Done. Save all. So let's have a quick look here. We have lib.config. And we have Supabase, and there's one error in the client, which is that we need to install. Oops. Control C. Okay, so now we have Supabase JS npm package. So let's go to our README then. Okay. Let's see if I can do this. First, I just want to make sure that I don't like accidentally expose anything that I shouldn't. Of course, I will just revoke the API keys or something. If I expose it on the screen here, I will just revoke it and make a new one. So it's not really a big problem, but I am a little bit curious to what these configs are. So I'm going to chat here and selecting 3.7 Sonnet line configs to me what they do, and are they and secret are they? I'm asking because I've tried Firebase once, and the keys you put in there are actually not that sensitive. Of course, it's not recommended to just put them in plain site, but let's just learn a little bit here. So URL is okay. Anon key. So next, public Supabase anon key. This key is used for unauthenticated public access to your Supabase instance. Okay. Enables client-side connections with limited permissions. Service role key. This is a highly privileged key that bypasses role level security. It has admin level access to your database. All right. So that is super secret. And anon key is semi-sensitive while prefix with the next public, making it available in the browser. This key has limited permission. It's designed for public access, but with row-level security rules restricting what users can do. So that is, of course, very important that we have control on our security rules, so that, especially, for example, when we create user profiles, only the authenticated user can fetch their data and not any data for other profiles. And of course, service role key is highly sensitive. Should never be exposed to the client. Notice that it doesn't have the next public prefix, meaning it should only be used in server-side code. This key can bypass security rules and should be treated like a master password. Okay. So next public prefix tells Next.js to include these variables in the client-side JavaScript bundle. All right. Okay, we have to figure out how all this authentication works. And I'm also not sure if I should let users use the app without creating an account. That was sort of my initial plan, to make it extremely easy to get started, but we'll see. We will see. So I will go to Supabase dashboard, and I have already logged in before with GitHub. So fine. Actually, I have never logged into Supabase before, but I created a Supabase from Vercel once. Right. Yeah, actually, I can see it here. Of course. So let's try to do this. I will zoom out a little bit here, a little bit too much. Name your project. Whoops. Critical thinking, new project. Okay. Projects are managed by Vercel Marketplace. So I already have this. No, this is a Vercel deployment. This is Supabase related to Vercel? I didn't think so. Projects are managed by Vercel Marketplace. So if I want a new one, can't I do that? Right, this repo is connected to Vercel. So I forgot that because that's what I did when I started creating this in V0. I connected it there. Right. So in that case, I can use this one that I already have. Which, as I mentioned earlier, it has been paused. Okay, cannot be restored if they are paused for more than 90 days. The latest that the project can be restored is May 26th. Restore project. Confirm restore. Okay, so here we have the anon key and the service role key and the URL. Okay, so let me see. Can I first of all rename my project? Can I rename my project? It's going to be a little bit clunky this because I've never done this before. So first of all, can I rename a project? Can't see anything at the moment related to that. So what is next? Choose a password for the database. I should probably make a new project. If I can figure out, you can rename your project later, but why? Can't I easily create a new project? Add new project. To deploy a new project, okay, I have to be honest, I don't get this. I need to understand this. Is Supabase related to yourself? Separate company, but are often used together because they complement each other well. Can I use Supabase without yourself? Yes. So why am I redirected to yourself to create new project? Yeah. So how to avoid? I might use Vercel in the end, but right now I just want to run this locally. If you want to use Supabase as a backend, you can go to the Supabase dashboard and create a project without deploying a front end. Use round, yes. Yes. So can I please do this? Choose organization, new organization then. Thomas. Personal, free. Create organization. Not sure if I have to do that or not, but pretty critical thinking. Type in a strong password. Okay, so I will move my window to another screen for a second. Okay. So I have created and stored a strong password. And we're gonna do North EU Stockholm since I'm based in the Nordics. Okay, security options. Connect to Postgres via auto-generated. Okay. Query all the table. Okay, I think we can start with this. And Postgres, fine, create new project. Okay, your project has been deployed on its own instance with its own API, all set up, ready to use. Get started by building out your database, creating tables, inserting data. Our table editor makes Postgres as easy to use as a spreadsheet, but there's also a SQL editor if you need something more. Okay. And then we have authentication, storage, edge functions, and real time. Okay. Choose a region, wait for the project to be created. Database setup, navigate to the SQL editor in your Supabase dashboard. So I will click this SQL editor. And then run the schema SQL file contents to create all the tables and set up security policies. Okay, copy the whole contents here and hit run. Okay, column is admin does not exist. That we need to fix. When I run this, I get the error. Copy. Okay, let's add the is admin column. Alternative solution, if you prefer not to modify a table structure, you could also modify the policy to use a different approach for admin authorization. Okay. I think we'll stick to this for now. I don't fully understand it. We have lots of work to do before going into production anyway, so this is just the first version and we are learning. We are learning by doing, that's why we'll just keep rolling here. Okay, run the schema to create the table set of security policy, run the seed data file to populate the database. We will do that, not much data here, but at least we have some. So can I just replace this and hit run? Success. And then environment setup. Copy the env example files to env.local. Let's make a copy of this and call it .env.local. Right. In the Supabase dashboard, go to Project Settings API. Where do we have project settings? Come on. Here's our ski ball. Nice. Where is the project settings? It can't be hidden that much. Can it? In the Supabase dashboard. Where is the Supabase dashboard? Here it is. Go to project settings. API. Nope. Projects. All projects. And then we have critical thinking. And then where is the API stuff? Okay, so it's here. At least. Copy the project URL. Copy. And put it in our env.local. Copy the unknown key. This is safe to use in the browser if you have enabled row level security for your tables and configured policies. You may also use the service key. Fine. Okay. And this one we'll just leave for now. So where is that key? Actually, I saw that key earlier, but I can't see it here. View API settings. Yeah, here it is. Can we regenerate it? Can we regenerate these? Yes. I was expecting to see that, but I couldn't. Like, I was expecting to see it here, but I can't. So, but I guess it is somewhere. Upcoming change. New API key is coming. So unknown and service role API keys will be changing to publishable and secret API keys. Okay. Coming Q4 2024. And now it's March 2025, by the way, but I guess it will be coming soon. Okay. So then go to authentication providers. Let's just have a look. Authentication settings have moved. It's now under configuration within the authentication page. All other product settings will follow in the coming weeks. Okay. And I will rely on third-party authentication because I don't want to manage users. But maybe that's not what I want. What I want is auth providers. Allow new users to sign up. I guess yeah, I guess we will just run this locally for now, and we will maybe disable this, perhaps. And for now, I think we'll enable Google. Enable sign-in with Google on the web using OAuth or WhatsApp, or in Android apps or Chrome extensions. Yeah, so I have some configuration stuff to do here. So actually, maybe I changed my mind and let's just use this for now. When we are testing. This is the first time I'm doing like a full project with where I'm gonna have users signing up and actually using the service. So lots of stuff to learn. Okay, so I think that's it for this. Our env.local is ignored by git ignore, which is awesome. And then I can commit these changes here. So this was prompt number, which prompt was that? 4, Supabase project setup. Yes. All right. So what's next? Next is the data migration. Connect to your Supabase project using the JavaScript client. Format your yes. We have already done some of this based on the previous prompt. So I think it's just the LLMs are really good at understanding what you want to do, and it's getting ahead of itself. I've seen this multiple times now. I'm doing one prompt and it's the LLM is suggesting stuff that is sort of understands what is coming. Maybe it's reading this one. I don't know. But it's fine. So next time we'll connect our app to Supabase instead of our mock data layer, and then keep working from there. All right. Thank you for watching and see you next time. Bye.